I think that's fair. Larissa, my company bought cyber insurance, so I don't have to worry about PrEP, right?
No, actually that's probably the most common misconception. The way that I look at preparation, data breach preparation and cyber insurance is your preparation efforts are really about risk mitigation, and the purchase of cyber insurance is really about transferring the risk and the cost. They're not mutually exclusive. You actually become a better risk for a carrier by doing data breach incident response planning and doing the risk mitigation steps. But they are certainly not mutually exclusive, but one is more, as I said, mitigation, the other is just a transfer of the risk and the substantive cost associated with it. When I think about the fundamental difference between PII or PHI, and PII is really the loss of your core name, first name, last name, social security number, date of birth, driver's license number, and that's separate from PHI, which is your health information, your diagnosis history, your medical condition, the drugs that you're on. When I think about somebody's PII being breached, if you think about everything that a lot of us do on the panel, you can actually put that genie back in the bottle. You can fix your credit report. You can fix the financial situation that you're in. But the fact that, I might know that you're now being treated for an infectious disease or you're on XYZ medication, you really can never fix that, or whoever stole that, you can't get that out of their head, you know that. And so when I think about the differences between a breach of PII versus PHI, at least what we've seen is PHI people are so much more sensitive to because you can't put that genie back in the bottle. I mean, you can certainly prevent it from the medical identity theft from happening, but the fact that I know you're being treated for an infectious disease, I now know that.
Right. I want to get to one other quick point. Sure. And that is the vendor breach. We haven't talked about that, but quite a few of the breaches we've all dealt with are, it's not so much the data owner or the end user, the collector, the original collector of the data, it's the vendor. And you're in a position there where you've got to tee up the vendor, get the thing ready to some degree, but maybe not launch until you get the go. So how do you guys deal with that in an efficient fashion?
I'd say from my perspective, it's kind of like corralling cats, because normally if you've got a breach where, let's say for example, we're dealing with a business associate or a covered entity that's got a breach, you've got a number of independent companies that are involved, and each one of them have their own opinions, want their own brand on the letter, but yet it's the covered entities face an ultimate legal responsibility to do the notification. So, obviously effective communication, constant communication, conference call. It's just really trying to put a uniform message out there. And I think not only uniform from a notice perspective, but you also have to do it from a press release perspective, because it's the same breach, but if different individuals are posting things on their website to inform, you need to make sure that they're uniform because it's all part of the same breach. And I'd say the same thing for the call center. You don't want to have a different set of FAQs for this particular vendor and a different set of FAQs for this. There needs to be that common thread and common theme. And there's a high degree of, I'd say, project management on our side as well as the covered entity and vendor side to do that.